Welcome, one and all, to the honorary Gigagekko Melting Pot Tournament. The rules for this tournament are simple. You just pick a team of 6. None of the Pokemon could be from the same generation. All of them have to be 600 BST or lower, and none of the Paradox Pokemon are allowed. This allows for a lot of legends to be used, a lot of mythicals to be used, actually all of them, because all of them are 600 BST. But I feel like a lot of nice trends and nice ideas are going to come from this tournament, because this requires you to do a lot of thinking on what Pokemon to use. Because there's a lot of strong Pokemon, but a lot of them come within the same generations as each other. So, let's see what ideas there might be. This is about to be a crazy threat analysis. We'll go through the Gen 1 threats. I don't know why the sprites aren't loading, so I do apologize for that. But first I want to start with Mew. Learns every move in the game, so that alone gives it every single threat in the book, 100 in every single stat, so it's pretty daggone good. Dragonite. It can run physical, it can run special, it can run setup, it can set up with a move and actually do damage. It gets inner focus and multi-scale, so it can't flinch, it doesn't get intimidated, or it can just be bulky. It's got a lot of tools. Then there's Arcanine. Intimidate, Flash Fire, Justify. Typically you just see Intimidate, it being a fire type with Intimidate. I wonder what other Pokemon's got that. We'll see it later. It just is a great utility, can deal damage. It's got a respectable 110 attack, 100 special attack, so it can be run physical special. It's bulky-ish. So, again, tools. Gyarados, tools. Intimidate, again, bulky. 125 attack stat, what more do I need to say about that? If you try to shut it down, it might just set up in your face. It gets Dragon Dance. I mean, and then there's Clefairy, who is probably one of the best support Pokemon out of Gen 1 because of its access to Eviolite, making it quite respectably bulky. As well as Friend Guard to make the other Pokemon bulky. So, it's a lose-lose situation for anybody to be playing it. Or playing against it, rather. Then, Charizard is kind of the pick here. It can run Choice Scarf, Choice Specs. It needs some form of damage extra to really get going, but respectable 100 base speed, 109 special attack, pretty middling other stats, but it's Gen 1. It was before they started optimizing everything. Then we move on to Gen 2, which is again a little bit weird, but Politoed, I put the wrong ability. I meant to put Drizzle. Politoed sets up Rain. There's a lot of Pokemon that can abuse Rain with Swift Swim and all that, like Basculegion, like Kingdra. Kingdra can go physical, it can go special. I personally prefer a Choice Specs variant with it, but it can run Dragon Dance. It can, again, so many tools at its disposal, and it's not horrendous. Speed stat kind of is, but everything else is alright. But Swift Swim can help benefit that 85 base speed. Then there's T-Tar. Weather setting, I think, is going to be the biggest thing for this tournament, because you can get so many boosts, whether it be offensive or defensive. In this case, it's going to be defensive with Sandstream boosting the special defense. So I'm fully expecting, Assault Vest just to be super especially bulky on these things, so they're not having to invest as much. And then they can just invest in physical attack and physical defense and just be a wall and deal a lot of damage. Or even, Choppleberry to take fighting type moves. Then there's P2, who is the main support Pokemon for Gen 2. With Eviolite, it is almost impossible to take down. Download allows it to deal a lot of damage in its own right. So good luck taking it down, and if you can't, it will take you down. Then there's Azumarill, which was definitely my or at least one of my two picks for Gen 2, where it's like it takes a lot of work to get it set up, but if it gets set up, it could potentially steamroll your team. Belly Drum with Citrus Berry deals a lot of damage. You gotta respect it. Strong play roughs. I mean, put it in Trick Room, it can probably do a lot. Then there's Jumpluff. Again, weather is going to be a big thing. So if it can run Chlorophyll and spread Sleep Powder, Tailwind, just be a nuisance, it's going to. Especially with 110 base speed doubled. So it's going to be a lot of Weather Wars, I think. So that moves me into my final mon over here, but we'll go check that in a little bit. Then there's Dusclops. If you notice, I've put a lot of support Pokemon on here. It's because I fully expect support to be a big staple where you can only pick one Pokemon from each generation, so you want to have support with your offensive Pokemon and be able to keep them alive. Dusclops is a menace. The only drawback is it's 40 HP. Or 40 base HP, rather. But it can still tank almost anything. Not to mention it gets Wisp, Destiny Bond, Curse, so many great moves. Then we go on to Salamence, who is the epitome of all gas, no brakes. Because it can hit you hard physically, especially, and it's fairly fast. It can shut you down with Intimidate. And it's very versatile, where its biggest drawback is its quad weakness to ice. But it also has a very, very large move pool on both the physical and special side, so it's going to do a lot of damage to you. Then there's Metagross, who is mostly physical. My biggest concern with it would be Earthquakes into it from an ally or other Pokemon. But I guess an Air Balloon would go and help you. But again, another bulky Pokemon that can steamroll you if you're not careful. 135 attack is nothing to scoff at. 130 defense, again, very, very good. 90 special defense and 80 HP are meh, but who cares? You can invest in it and that'll be okay because you've got monstrous in those other two stats. If I said Salamence was all gas, no brakes, go ahead and check Deoxys and Deoxys attack and Deoxys speed. Especially Deoxys speed. 180 base speed. Well, it doesn't hit as hard. But then Deoxys attack, I think, is probably going to be the biggest threat of all of them. Because if give this thing a Focus Sash, it doesn't care about its defense. It is going to hit you with 180 base special attack or physical attack. You're probably dead. So I'm scared of that thing. Then there's Milotic. I like defensive Pokemon. Because you can just outlast your opponent with anything. Give this thing a leftovers or something, it's gonna wipe you. Because 125 base special defense is amazing. 79 defense is You can supplement it, it's fine. Put it behind a Reflect or something, it's even better. 95 base HP, pretty daggone good. Then 100 special attack, not bad at all. Then we go on to the Weather Setter for Gen 3. Torkoal. Sun. Put it next to Jumpluff. Something's dead. Jumpluff might have After You. I don't remember. I know one Pokemon that has Chlorophyll that does. That's Hisuian Lilligant. So pair that with Hisuian Lilligant, you're probably absolutely dead by an After You Eruption. 120 defense, it can hit you with Body Press. 85 special attack, but it's in the sun. You can give it a Charcoal. It's doing massive damage. There's nothing you can do about it, especially if you had Terra Fire on it. It's just hitting hard. So it's the further you go, the more threats there are. That's why Gen 4 has an empty gap, because I need to go over some of the other ones that are just certifiable threats in every sense of the term. But before we get to that, we got Garchomp. Do I even need to say why he's a threat? We've known him for years. Ever since Gen 4, it does damage. Becomes hard to truly stay around thanks to Rough Skin. And with that Rough Skin, you can just chip down your opponent and bring in something to just clean him up. So, Garchomp is strong, needless to say. Then there's Heatran. Again, bulky, can nuke you. What more do I have to say? Flash Fire is amazing. It gets Flame Body too. So, again, 2 defensive abilities. What are you going to do about it? It gets Heavy Slam. It gets Heat Wave. It gets a lot of very strong moves. And it's a big Pokemon. It's going to be hard to move. Speaking of hard to move, Cresselia. Been a staple for years. Strong as all get out. Because it's just defense all over. And then 75 special attack just to throw off an occasional attack in case it gets taunted. But Lunar Blessing, right? Yeah, Lunar Blessing. Heals the ally. And itself. Good luck killing things. You won't. And then Rotom is versatile. You typically see Rotom Wash, Rotom Heat. You don't really see the other ones. But 520 BST is not bad. And it's fairly bulky. Can do a lot of damage. Rotom Wash is just good. Rotom Heat is just good. It has no quad weakness to ground thanks to Levitate. I mean, they're hard to KO. And they can do a lot of damage to you. Then there's Darkrai. That just does a lot of damage to you. 135 special attack. 125 speed. You're not really going to move in front of it. It could be paired with a Spore user. Or a Sleep Powder user. Or quite literally anything that gives sleep and you're just getting chipped down turn by turn. Of course, this isn't singles. But the point gets across. Okay, and then on to the final thing where I thought there's quite a few Pokemon that could work here. Electivire, Rhyperior, Mamoswine, and Gliscor. Heck, even Yanmega I could see as a threat. Even Frostlass and Gallade. Even Porygon Z. All of them, Weavile. I keep looking and I see even more threats. There were so many threats that I couldn't just put them on that last slot. They all have so many tools at their disposal that if they're paired with the right Pokemon, nothing's getting past them. Now this one's probably my favorite generation of Pokemon to go search through, because Amoonguss is here. Now, its base stat total is nothing amazing, 464, it's fairly low. But that's because it's mostly a min-maxed Pokemon. HP, defense, special defense, they're high to respectable. With Regenerator, Spore, Rage Powder, Citrus Berry, even Pollen Puff, it's walling almost anything. Can deal a little bit of damage back with 85 base special attack. So, it's just the fact that it's got 30 speed. Guess what? Trick Room is going to be amazing for it. It's spreading fast spores at that point. Good luck messing with it. You're asleep. Then there's Conkeldurr, another Trick Room unit. It gets, I think, both Guts and Iron Fist. Oh, and Sheer Force. Because, of course, why not? Give it Life Orb. Life Orb Sheer Force. Give it Flame Orb Guts. Again, tools. Off of 140 base attack. Good luck surviving a hit. You just gotta hit it on the special side, I guess. That's your only goal, but it's still got 105 base HP. And it could run Assault Vest if it wanted to. It's just strong. This is why these Pokemon are threats. And then Hydreigon is it's the pseudo legend for Gen 5. So it's going to be strong. 125 base special attack is respectable. Bulk is respectable. Speed is in that middle tier, but still respectable. Heck, if it wanted to, it could probably go physical attack, but I'm sad that they keep making these things almost mixed attackers, because it's just waste of points at that point. But it has a very diverse move pool. I mean, you see all these moves it has. It likes to use a lot of them. So it's going to be hard to predict. Then there's Volcarona, who with Flame Body and Rage Powder could be pretty good. Its biggest weakness is going to be its defense. But again, Quiver Dance, if it gets set up, it's wiping you. Quiver Dance, what is it? Fiery Dance? Does it get that? Or is that just... Oh, it gets Fiery Dance, of course. Because it's just going to keep boosting itself. So, it just sets up. It can redirect stuff. So it's going to be just good. Then there's Landorus, who we haven't seen as much of in recent times. But look at that attack stat. 145? If we thought Conkeldurr was strong, Landorus is stronger. You could run Choice Scarf on this thing. You could run a bulkier set. It's got frickin' Intimidate. We know Intimidate's good. So, I feel like this thing could potentially make its return. And then there's Tornadus, who is definitely my favorite of the 3 original genies. But that's because of Prankster Tailwind. There's a lot of Prankster Tailwind users. There's even Whimsicott. I didn't put Whimsicott on here for Gen 5. But this general idea of Prankster Tailwind. Not to mention, 125 base special attack, none to scoff at. It can set up rain, give 100% accurate Bleak Wind Storms. It's doing damage to both Pokemon. And also potentially lowering their speed, right? Yeah. So, lots of food for thought on that. Now on to Gen 6. This was another one where I ran out of space because I wanted to go to the starters. Because each of the starters have their own potential bid. Because Chestnut, if it gets a Belly Drum up, it's doing damage. Delphox, being a fast special attacker, if it gets a Nasty Plot off, it's doing a lot of damage. Greninja, they nerfed Protean, but it's still freaking strong because it was at one point pretty much the mascot. Especially for Gen 6. The Ash Greninja was just that good. And then there's Talonflame, Gale Wings. It can run Tailwind, Acrobatics, Raybird. I mean, name a flying type move, it's going first pretty much. Now, it doesn't have a lot of attack and special attack to go use, but it's still got 126 base speed. So it's still getting its Tailwind up real quick. It may not do a lot of damage in the process, but it's a good Tailwind user. Then there's Malamar, who is definitely my iffy pick, but I thought about using it at one point, and I decided against it. But Contrary Superpower. It doesn't get close combat, but it gets Superpower. Then you can also go Terra Stellar, Stellar Blast. And guess what that does? That lowers the special attack and physical attack. Not for Malamar. Boosts. That's all it sees. It's just boosts. You could go knockoff after you've boosted. I thought I saw Psycho Boost. I was about to be like, what? It's just an interesting thing. You could even see it run Trick Room potentially with Trailblaze to make it slower. Or Trick to do something. Again, tools with a chaotic Pokemon. And then there's Goodra, who again is another iffy pick because it's not seen that much. but it's another wall that can potentially do damage. Sap Sipper with Terra Water leaves it with only one weakness, and that's to electric. You don't see a lot of those. But Gooey is also good defensively because that allows for other Pokemon to go in and outspeed potentially and start doing damage for it. So you could run this thing very bulky and just give it support. Then there's Volcanion, who is definitely the bulky Pokemon that can go in Nuke you. I mean, give it an Assault Vest to supplement its lower special defense. Oh, my bad there. Good luck KOing it, because Heat Wave and what are the water Steam Eruption. 95% accurate, 110 base power, 30% chance to burn. That's gonna get annoying, won't it? It's just Scald, but better. It just does damage and sits around. Then there's Hawlucha, who is definitely a niche pick, but under the right circumstances, i.e. White Herb Close Combat, Grassy Seed with Grassy Surge on another Pokemon, it's going first most times. And I'm pretty sure it gets Tailwind. No, it doesn't. Never mind. Don't listen to me. But Acrobatics, off of a 92 base attack, alright, all of its points went into speed pretty much. But it can still deal damage. It's a 110 base power move because it lost its item. And then it's essentially just way faster. I wouldn't say essentially 236 because I know that speed doesn't actually round like that, but you get the idea. Fast, can deal decent damage. Could even be support because I'm pretty sure it also gets coaching. I'm gonna leave that out there. On the Gen 7 threats, there's a lot of them. Incineroar, we know him, we love him, we know why he's here. Don't need to question it. Let me put Intimidate. There you go. Magearna, a little bit of a more niche pick. Pokemon I've loved. Another one that can sit around and deal damage. I think I have a common trend with the Pokemon that I like on this list. Just saying. Comfey allows other Pokemon to sit around. It's fairly bulky, especially on the special defense side. Wow. Its most lacking stat is HP. But again, supplement it, you'll be okay. Triage with Floral Healing, Draining Kiss. Good luck KOing it. Komodo is another one of those that has tools. You can run Clangorous Soul with Body Press. You can run Iron Defense Body Press. You can run Clangorous Soul and any number of special moves. You could run it with physical moves. When four of the major stats are 100 or above, you're doing damage and tanking damage. Its biggest weakness is a quad weakness to Fairy, but guess what? It can Terra Steel out of that. So, Iron Head is going to hit hard. Then there's Mimikyu, who is my iffy pick here, but it can be annoying. Disguise, Shadow Sneak to pick off weaker opponents. Or not weaker opponents, but opponents that have been weakened. Destiny Bond, if it's coming in at a certain point. Pain Split, just become annoying. Again, just a lot of things that can become annoying with. Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Wave, spreading status conditions. It's just an annoyance. Then there's Rabombi, who is fast and can deal a little bit of damage. Sticky Webs, Quiver Dance, Moonblast, and then Bug Buzz. And I would run probably Focus Sash on it. Its biggest thing is that it's frail. But the entry hazards are going to be an annoyance. Now, Gen 8, it again ramps up with a lot of threats. We've got Grimmsnarl that's support that can deal a little bit of damage with Spirit Break. Off 120 base attack, you can't just shrug it off. Dragapult, freaking unit that can run physical, it can run special, it can do just about anything. It could set screens if it wanted to. It's freaking fast, and it's freaking strong. Rillaboom. Certifiable unit. We've known that it can dominate metagames, especially with Grassy Glide, Wood Hammer, U-Turn, of 125 base attack and then respectable bulk. It's nothing to ignore. Corviknight. Yet another wall. Typically goes Iron Defense, Body Press. It can run Pressure, or it could run Mirror Armor. Both work. It's just a bulky unit that could even set up Tailwind if it wanted to. Now there's the Urshifu's. I just put Rapid Strike here because that's the one that I most commonly used to see. Unseen Fist is broken. 130 base attack is broken. 97 speed is respectable. And they have really strong moves. Aqua Jet. Close Combat. And then its signature moves. And then even Ice Spinner, Liquidation, Low Kick, Poison Jab. It has good coverage. It's just doing a lot of damage. U-turn off this thing is not ignorable in any instance. And then Indeedee is a support masterclass. Fairly bulky, except for on the physical side. It can redirect. It can help for Psy Spam teams. Helping Hand, Follow Me, Psychic, and Protect, or whatever else you want on it. It works. Then the Gen 9 threats hit. You thought Gen 8... Oh, I didn't even hit Gen 8 Overflow and Hisui. Ursaluna. Trick Room threat. Sneasler. Fast. Unburden. Wider, Focus Sash, any of the above. All of them make it broken. Basculegion in the Rain. Whether by Pelipper, whether by Politoed, it does damage. And it's not ignorable. Last Respects can steamroll a game. You could run Choice Scarf and Adaptability if you didn't want to run Rain. Again, it has tools for almost anything. Regidrago was a bit of a weird idea, but under the right circumstances, it could take away a game. Dragon Energy. If you can't touch the dang thing, the move's 150 base power off of 100 special attack. Pretty interesting. And then you got the fastest Pokemon in the game, Regieleki, with Transistor, Magnet, put it in Electric Terrain somehow, and you've got a really strong Pokemon. Duraludon was definitely the iffy pick, but I needed a 6th Pokemon for the Overflow. Put Eviolite on it, and it can be alright. Special defense is lacking, but who cares? It's a Duraludon. It's a physical wall that can still do damage specially. Because Archaludon exists. And then speaking of Archaludon, enemy number 1. Archaludon with Stamina, with Sturdy, Stalwart could even be useful. Tell me these stats aren't broken. 125, 130, 105 in attack, defense, and special attack. 105 in attack is... You could probably throw the points in special defense and it'd be freaking ridiculous, but everything needs its Achilles heel when it's this broken. It sets up on you. You're not beating it unless you get a crit. Annihilate is another one of those that has a lot of tools. Can have Inner Focus to be immune to Intimidate, but Defiant is just better. Get a +1 from Intimidate instead of just being immune to it. You could ride Choice Scarf. You could ride Choice Band. Because, guess what? It's got 90 base speed. It's somewhat fast. You could supplement it with Choice Scarf, make it even faster. Make it faster than most Pokemon. 110 base HP, one of the highest in the game. So you're automatically just OHKOing anything if you use Final Gambit. Speaking of Gambit, King Gambit. Another Defiant user. It can Swords Dance, Iron Defense, Sucker Punch, Kowtow, Cleave, Iron Head. All those Pokemon, or not all those Pokemon, all those moves are just strong. You can run Supreme Overlord, or you can run Defiant. Both work. You could run AV, you could run any number of, any decent item, I guess. But I like Assault Vest mostly because it's only got, what, 85 base special defense? Only. Then there's Palafin, one of two exclusions to the 600 base stat total requirement, with the other one being Slacking, who I forgot to put in the Gen 3 one because I completely overlooked it. I meant to put Wheezing in Gen 1 as well. But those two kind of have to be, the Slacking with the Wheezing, to work best. You could run Wheezing Galarian, or you could run regular Wheezing, but I feel like there are better Pokemon to run than Wheezing Galarian. Palafin doesn't need anybody to help it set up. All it has to do is get out and get back in. So you could lead it, bring it back, and then bring it back into the game, and it's monstrous 160 base attack. Good luck ignoring it. Fairly bulky. And just higher base stat total than some legendaries. And then there's Terrapagos, the, I think, only Pokemon in this format that cannot terrestrialize. Because upon terrestrialization, it gets a form change, in which case it goes up to, I think, 720 base stat total. I can actually check right here. Oh, just flat 700, my bad. But it's above the 600, so therefore we must ignore it, or rather disallow it, because if it were allowed, then I think everybody would be running it, and it would be the Terra Hog. So it would be run without Terra, but even with Terra, it's still respectably bulky and respectably strong, so it's not ignorable. Terra Shell allows it to tank one attack at any point, or rather, takes one attack as if it were not very effective. Its stat spread is pretty good, pretty bulky. It could run physical, it could run special. Again, it's got tools, it's got defense, especially if you just keep it at full somehow, whether it be leftovers or a support Pokemon. Good luck killing it. It could, I think it also gets Calm Mind, so it can also just steamroll you that way. Then there's Chien-Pao, a Pokemon that can help support any physical attacker thanks to Sword of Ruin. Same could go for Chi-Yu for any of the special attackers. The only thing is they're both frail, but I think Chien-Pao is just better thanks to Sucker Punch, so priority helps. But the chaos that is the Chien-Pao Dragonite core is gonna scare me, because it was one of my ideas, but I was like, I don't know how to use it well enough. So those that know how to use it are gonna probably abuse it and nuke anybody with it. But with that, I do believe that is my threat analysis for the inaugural Gigagekko Melting Pot Tournament. With that, I bid you adieu.